thing do not give me the option to put up a thumbnail anymore for some reason. All right, guys, I've had enough of this. All right, this is the last time I will be embarrassed by mentioning a tool that I don't have. Actually, it's a tool that nobody has, but I should have one because I consider myself the king of the 3.6 Pentastar. That's right. I think I'm the baddest man out there on the planet. Can't nobody out Pentastar me. All right. Okay. Well, anyway, stop clowning around, JT. Anyway, I don't have a tool, guys. Now, do you know this is a variable valve timing engine, and I know everybody aware of how important oil pressure, oil level first, and oil pressure second is to the functionality of this engine. In other words, it's crucial. All right. So if you have problems, any kind of drivability related problems, you can actually blame it on the fact that you have low oil pressure. All right. Now, traditionally, in order to test oil pressure, you're supposed to remove the oil pressure sensor wherever that's located at. All right. On a traditional engine, is somewhere screwed on the block, somewhere screwed on the oil pump, somewhere screwed somewhere else. This is not unique. This is not a unique design, unique engine. This particular vehicle, oil pressure sensor is housed on the cooler. All right. So, but get this, it's kind of hard to remove an oil pressure sensor. Screw in your gauge and run an oil pressure test. All right. So they had to come up with another design because of the invention of this oil cooler, oil filter adapter housing. All right. So the traditional Mopar test consists of, it's basically a cap with a hole in it right here, and you are to screw your oil pressure gauge into it and monitor oil pressure that way. All right. Simply because we can't do it the traditional way. How you gonna run the car if you got the intake off and your oil pressure, your gauge, your line or your oil pressure gauge hose will have to go all the way up under this intake and plug into. I have one over here. Where's mine? Yeah, I have this Dermot. Yeah, the aluminum one. So this is the oil pressure sensor. In order for me to get an accurate oil pressure reading, I will have to remove this and screw my gauge into it. No, 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 no. So what they did was, now this one don't have a cap because I'm using this one to build my tool. All right, I had to take matters into my own hand. All right, yes, I know the traditional reasons why low oil pressure is low. A couple of reasons, the oil gallery plugs may work their way low. Cam phasers may give you oil variable valve timing type codes. There's a lot of reasons you can get those codes. All right, I know those by heart, but you can't just keep gunshotting an engine, and you look unprofessional when a rep asks you, well, what was actual oil pressure, guys. Let me tell you something. Actual oil pressure is not what you're reading off of your cluster or off of your evic. Okay, that evic or that cluster is simply reading from this. What if you got a problem with this? All right, so when somebody asks you for actual oil pressure, what they talking about is a physical gauge screwed into the engine, and you're getting your oil pressure reading that way. All right. Otherwise, you're reliant on this. And like I say, if you're having a problem with this sensor, then your readings could give off uh, inaccurate readings. Let me put it this way. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. I started a project. I'm gonna build me a tool. Like I say, I used the cap off of this Derman so it could stand out. It's orange. All right. I think this Derman. Derman? Is it Derman? It's orange and it's an aluminum cooler. So I just took the cap off of this. Now, here's the thinking. I already started drilling into here. All right. Yes. Now, I had to go to Harbor Freight. Guys, it's no big deal, okay? You do not jump your silly ass on the snap-on truck and spend $200 or $300 for oil pressure gauge tester. All right. These are $29. And again, some of my best friends are tool truck drivers. I'm not, trying to knock the industry. It's just you get an oil pressure gauge for $29. That's what I did. Pittsburgh, baby. All right. It works just freaking fine. Oh my God, y'all kill me with this. How often are you gonna do an oil pressure test? Let me ask that question. Probably once every 3 years, maybe. Ah, there it is. So here's the thinking. I've already started drilling in here. I might have to go a little bigger because I gotta find a fitting that will screw in here. Now I'm gonna use some the tape, Teflon tape put on the threads, and screw in here because I don't want oil leaking out of it. All right. Now from there, well, with this in here, I think I might end up using one of these. With this fitting being married to this cap, I can now take my gauge and screw it in here. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be neat. So no longer will I appear to be unprofessional when somebody, well, what was actual oil pressure? Because guys, we get calls from I get calls from a little bit of everybody, but actually reps when we got a problem. Does Mopar have a tester? They do. You can't find it. You can't get it. Only person I know got the actual tester is Motor City Mechanic, David Pikes. I saw he did a video using that tool. It's a dealer too. David used to work at a dealer. Where you got the tool, I don't know. That's none of my business. Just telling you, I can't find the one that was assigned to a particular dealer that I was employed with. But I don't need to, because I can just, you can build your own. See, the thinking goes, this set, when I'm done, I take this off, remove the filter, screw this in its place. This is going to be married to this case. So then, I'm going to put Teflon tape on there. I might just make this permanent, because this is the only, I don't think I'm going to ever do an oil pressure test. I don't think I'm going to ever need this setup again. What's up, Uncle Andy? Tina? What's up, Tina? Cheap tools. Well, anyway, yeah, so I'm going to just make this my dedicated Pentastar oil pressure tester tool. When I'm done, I ain't done with my project yet. I got to make this hole a little bigger. Then I'm going to get some Teflon tape, screw it in there, and get some more Teflon tape put on there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a freaking oil pressure tester. We're going to be in business. All right? So, yeah, that's what I got going. This is going to be neat. And, again, this orange is going to stand out. So, next time I get a Pentastar in with some type of oil variable valve timing code, just going to pop that out, screw this in. And remember, guys, this is a dual-stage oil pump. So, the pressure is never steady. You're never going to get there's a spec or a window that it's supposed to be in, but it's never, the computer determines based on the load and a lot of factors what that oil pressure should be. And it will assign, or it will tell that solenoid to give me more pressure. Hey, all right, it's starting to tick. Give me a little bit more pressure. Whatever the parameters are, that's what the computer determines. So my job with this is to screw it in. If I'm at idle, get a baseline idle reading, and so forth and so on. All right, I'm almost finished, guys. I'll let y'all know I'm doing a video as well on this, so it should be interesting. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Have you seen the lifter fail on a Gen 3? I have yet to do a Gen 3, guy. People laugh at me when I say that. I have yet to rebuild a Gen 3 valve train system. Do they fail? Absolutely. I see my coworkers doing them all the time. I don't know, for some reason the dispatcher won't give me one. So you get a Pacifica in here with some type of idle noise, because they very seldomly tick. They may have a rough idle and a lifter or a rocker arm could be causing it. It's just that I have never been assigned to one of those jobs and was able to do one. All right, but I'm sure my turn is coming. Guys, I got to go. I'm at the 8-minute mark. So let me finish this project. Like I say, I'll upload that video later. This going to be tight, boy. This going to be nice. JT got his own damn oil pressure tester. Now, David Pikes out in Motor City Mechanic won't be the only one with one. Orange Dermot. Yeah, I think it's a Dermot. Dermot? Yeah, I got to go, guys. Thanks for tuning in. How do I get out of here? Yeah, I got to go.